What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're drawing Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. Let's begin today's lesson by setting up our page with some guidelines to help with the balance and symmetry of our drawing. We'll start by sketching a line coming down the center of our page. Let's start from the very top. Just going to lightly work our way down towards the bottom. Now along the top draw another line going across from left to right. Now we're going to use these two lines to help us create a circle on the top of our page. So from the center, let's step up towards the top. Just going to mark off the top of our circle. Let's take that same distance down towards the bottom and do the same thing. Now I'm going to repeat that across this horizontal line. So the same distance from the center over towards the left and then the right side. Let's connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our circle. So I'm going to start with the top left. Now we're just going to rough this in. The circle doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to get the right size and placement along the top of our page. Let's add another line coming down from the side of our circle. So we'll start with the left side, stretching this all the way down. Do the same thing on the right. Now the eye's going to sit along the bottom of our circle. So draw another line going across from left to right. Now from the bottom of our circle, we're going to add a large gap in between the eyes. So from here, step over towards the left. Just going to mark this off, going up towards the top, and bring that all the way down. Let's take that same distance over towards the right and do the same thing. Now right where this line meets the bottom of our circle, just going to angle the eyes, going down and in with a short line. Go back up to the top, bend the eye, going up, and then out. And then we're going to draw a half circle along the bottom, starting from the outside, coming down. I'm just going to bend that in. I don't need to connect with the inside of the eye. I'm just going to draw the bottom outside edge. Then we're going to tuck the iris and pupil underneath the eyelid. Starting from the left side in the center, draw an oval, going around and then tucking that up underneath. And we can readjust the placement later. Along the top of the eye, we're going to add an angled line going up and then out across the top edge of the eyebrow. And then from the inside, we'll bend this in and up. From the center, we're going to step down, just mark off the bottom edge of the nose. So right about here, draw a straight line going across. And then from the center point, angle the nostrils going up and out. From the tip of the nose, step down, draw a straight line going across the mouth. From the mouth, we're going to step down, mark out the chin with a straight line. And then we're going to go back up to the top and just add some shape to the outside of the head. From that eye line, slope the head, coming down and then in towards the jaw. Angle this down and then in towards the chin. Now along the side of the head, we're going to add some volume for the ears. We'll start on the left side, draw a straight line going out, line it up on the right, straight down the side, angle this down and then in. And then we're going to add the hair coming down across the head. Let's start from the center of our circle, angle this up and out toward the left and right. We're going to add a hair bang, bend this out and then down towards the eyes. Taper that back up toward the center of our circle. Now from the outside, add another strand. We're going to go around the eye and then down towards the jaw. Let's bend this up and around towards the ears. And then from the bottom, add another strand coming down along the side. Go around the ears and then up towards the halfway point. Now we want to bend this up and in toward the top of our circle. And then from here, bend this in and then down towards the middle. Let's add a couple more strands coming out from the side. So on the left, we're just going to bend this one out. On the right, go out and then down. Let's bump up the top of the head. It's going to go up and then in towards the middle. And come down the right side. From the jaw, let's step in, draw the inside edge of the cloak. We're going to come down and then bend that in towards the bottom of our page. And then we're going to move up and add a fold, going around and then in. Step down, add another fold, going out and then down. Step down toward the side, we're going to slope the shoulders going out and then down. Now on the right side, I want to see the edge of the ponytail. So start from the side of the ear, bend this around and then in, move back up, come in underneath the cloak. Now with our rough sketch in place, I want to go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. Now that we've cleaned up our drawing, I'm going to use this rough sketch as a guide to help us add some more detail and refine the shape. Now I'm going to start with the inside edge of the hair first. So we're going to start in the middle. I'm going to give this a slight bend, going up and out. And then come down towards that first strand. And I'll just bring that down towards the side. So bring that down a little bit lower, just to break up the composition. Just pull that back up. And then from here, we're going to just layer the eyes and the face underneath. So we start with the brow. And just add some thickness to the eyebrows. And let me shade those in. And then we're just going to tuck the eyes in underneath. And add a small highlight oval along the top left side of the eyes. Draw a small oval in the center for the pupil, going in behind that highlight. And I'll just darken up the center of the pupil. And just lightly shading the inside of the iris and going around that highlight. And I'd like to fade this down as we come out towards the bottom. And that'll help us create a little bit of glare on the bottom of the eyes. I'm just going to move down and add some more shape to the mouth. Just going to curl this down towards the corners. Just add a small bracket on the ends. I'm just going to tuck the ears in behind the hair, just adding a little bit of shape. Just going around the outside. Now I'm going to go back and add those large strands going across the center of the head. Just going to pull this up from the middle and then back down. Just add a smaller one on the left side. And then layer the rest of the hair in behind. I'm just adding a little bit more shape to the collar and the cloak. Again, I don't want to get too detailed with this. Once we finish tracing out our contours, I'm going to go back and clean up our drawing before we add in the shading. Now I'm going to switch to a 2mm lead to add some shadows with the flat side. Let's start with the underside of the hair. Just going to lightly shade that in. And then the hair is going to cast a shadow over the head. So from the inside, I'm just going to darken that up. and then fade that out. We're going to go all the way down towards the bottom, even going across the eyes. I'm just going to lightly add some shadows underneath the eyelid, coming down. A little bit of shadow underneath the eye. And just come down along the side of the nose. I'm just going to add a shadow along the bottom of the head and then fade that up. Now our light source, I'm just going to position this at the very top, coming down our character. So the shadows will sit along the bottom side. And then the head's going to cast the shadow across the neck in the center. So just going to darken that up and pull that in towards a point. I'm just going to feather out the sides. I also want to go darker along the top, and this is the contact point between the chin and the neck. Now with the hair, I'm just going to add a little bit of texture inside. Starting from the bottom, I'm just going to pull the shadows going up along the strands. Just fading that out, and then we'll just move across towards the outside. And it's going to darken up the ponytail a little bit darker along the back, and then just fade that out. We want to create a little bit of highlight along the outside edge. I'm just going to add a rough shade to the cloak, starting off light along the top of the shoulders and going darker across the bottom. Now as the drawing comes to a close, I'll clean up my shadows and add a little bit more contrast, and always be sure to sign my artwork. And that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single week. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Hey everyone, if you really want to discover your artistic potential, then join our Club Masterclass membership. For just $1 a month, you'll gain instant access to exclusive members-only drawing tutorials, virtual art camps, and much, much more. Join our thriving community of passionate artists just like you and let your creativity soar. So just click that link in the description, and I'll see you in the club.